Welcome to the Never Seen It podcast, the only podcast called Never Seen It that's worth listening to. Tonight, we have Mr. Arnie, the one-man party, a.k.a. Arnold Callego, Mr. Daily Dares, a.k.a. Filipino Grigio, a.k.a. Alex Callego, the brothers Callego, and there's me, Boots Too Big, a.k.a. Adrian De La Torre. And this is end of the year wrap-up. This is the one episode where we go through a rapid-fire list of all the movies we watched. Well, a couple movies that stood out to us from the year that we didn't necessarily talk on the show. And there's so many great movies that came out this year that we didn't get to talk about, unfortunately. But that's what this episode is for. This is also a little preview of what we're hoping to see next year, because I was doing some reading earlier, and there's a lot of good stuff coming out next year, gentlemen. Anne Hathaway has got like 4 movies coming out next year. One of them is Devil Wears Prada 2, and another one is it's looking pretty hyped up. It's Mother Mary or Mary Mother or something like that. I just watched the trailer for that today. It's got Charlie XCX for you kids out there, because I don't know. I'm too old. I'm too old to know who that is anymore. It's something about Brad Summer. That was last year though. And
Summer?
Yeah. FKA Twigs. Do we know who FKA Twigs is?
What's
She's
that?
Also, these are music artists that are very popular with.
I thought that was
I've
a vitamin.
heard of that name.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard of that name too. We're all old here, so we don't know what
What was it? FKA Twigs?
FKA Twigs, I believe.
Yeah, Twigs, the candy bar.
FKA Twigs. Yeah. They're gonna have
Formerly known
big
as
sponsored
Twix, the candy bar.
Well, you know, it's funny, not to get too much on a side tangent about this, but companies are starting to do their own movie productions and stuff, like movie and TV sponsored, basically like what soap operas used to be, but now you have like bigger companies sponsoring like bigger projects. And it's like, it's the so-and-so movie with Johnny Mucklefucks, Johnny what's his tits with, sponsored by, Home Depot. Or something. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you understand what I'm saying. Anyway.
Mushroom coffee.
Yeah. That's a nice throwback, Arnold. Thank you for that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of it.
Gilroy.
We're going to go to Gilroy, California one day and just live stream the show. And we're going to be like in the town square, and everybody's going to be like, what the hell are you guys? Oh, there you go.
Straight from Gilroy.
Yeah, that's left over from
Take a big bite of it, Arnold. Take this huge like an apple.
Oh my God. You'd be tasting that for weeks if you did that. For weeks.
I like raw garlic when I eat Korean barbecue.
Oh, okay. I've never.
It's actually a kind of a thing that they do.
That's interesting.
It's a good balance.
Barbecue. Is it a good balance?
Balance out all the everything. But man, if your partner doesn't like the smell of it, like my wife, even if it's like roasted garlic, like I love like the roasted garlic cloves when you roast them, they get nice and sweet. Like for her, it's too much of an aggressive smell for her, and like she hates it.
It's a good thing I'm single.
The best way is to have her eat it too.
I always see these cooking videos on TikTok where they'll take the garlic and they'll cook it in the oven or whatever with a bunch of other stuff, and then they take it out and they smush it and they just turn it into like butter.
Yeah.
And you just like that looks really delicious, but I don't know. I feel like that would be too strong of a taste.
No, it's actually quite mellowed out. The strong taste is if it's raw.
Oh, that makes sense.
But the health benefits is better when it's raw. So.
Yeah. It's always the more stronger smelling stuff that's like healthiest for you.
Yeah.
For some reason. But anyway, enough about garlic and butter. We're talking movies, guys. That's what we do on the Never Seen It podcast. Lots of good movies that came out this year that we didn't get a chance to discuss. But Arnold, you and I feel like we can talk about this. Eddington. We both watched it. You watched it before I did. I watched it just a few days ago. I know what my thoughts are on it, but tell me, what are your thoughts on Eddington? Like, how did it make you feel?
Well, first off, I want to say shout out to Jammin' 99.5 for hooking me up with the tickets to see the movie Eddington at the local theater here called Mary Pickford. It's a beautiful theater, I think. And,
Mary Pickford.
Yeah, Mary Pickford.
That's actually my favorite theater out there.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know why there's some people who don't like it, but I won't name them because there are some of our
name them. Call them
I
out.
almost worked there in high school. That almost
really?
became my first theater job, but then I got hired at Rancho 16 instead, so that was my
Ooh.
first job instead of Mary Pickford.
Mary
But you're right,
Pickford's
Mary
better.
Pickford is way nicer. So
Yeah, they got
Still.
the D-Box and Screen X seats.
Nice.
I thought it was a really good movie. We went into it not knowing what it was about or anything. It's a movie that takes place during the beginning of the pandemic. I believe it takes place in New Mexico. So think, kind of Breaking Bad vibes with the whole desert setting and all that. Joaquin Phoenix is the sheriff in town, and you remember during the pandemic, you have anti-maskers, just to think what a crazy time that was, and that's not what the movie's about.
No.
Now to come to think about
That's
it,
it's in the background, right? Like it's
yeah,
not.
it's like another layer that
Yeah.
adds to the movie, and Pedro Pascal, who what was he running? Like, was he running for mayor or something?
Pedro Pascal is the mayor,
Oh,
and
he's the mayor.
Joaquin Phoenix's character decides to run against him
Oh yeah,
to own the libs. To own the libs, right?
Yes.
That's what I recall.
Yes.
Do you
Yeah.
recall that? Because
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and then you have another layer where they're kind of like on tribal Indian land on certain parts, and so like they had their own police too.
well,
I mean, that wasn't
to give more context. So, and obviously spoilers for those of you listening and watching. We're going to spoil Eddington right now. Joaquin Phoenix's character assassinates the mayor, played by Pedro Pascal, and he decides to cover it up and make it look like Antifa or someone else did it.
Oh,
but
yeah.
the way that the mayor's house, like the property line, is like half on the Native American reservation side and half on like the Eddington side. So then like one of the cops from the Native American police force gets involved, and that kind of throws a wrench into things a little bit, right? Does that?
Yeah. Now I'm recalling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is good. Now I'm giving you the assist. Normally you give me the assist. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like, it was that one actress, Hilary Duff. Thank you, Arnold. Yes. But
Yes. Hilary Duff.
no, but anyway, yeah. Sorry, go on. So yeah, there's a little mess up there.
Yeah. It was a very well. I remember that there was a little bit of a. Oh, I mean the fact of him becoming a killer, what was the whole twist in it for me. I didn't know where it was going, and then all of a sudden he goes down that route, and you're like, oh dang, okay. So he's just gonna stay committed to it, and not just gonna follow through with it, because he wants to do what he wanted to do, and
He wanted to blame it on Antifa.
Yeah.
He wanted to make it seem like it was the liberal Antifa terror group or something that assassinated the mayor. And
Yeah.
I'm not even clear on why he wanted to do all that shit. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
Well, what
the.
did you think about just those last 20 minutes of him having that shootout throughout town?
Oh.
And then he
And then now, now I'm,
Yeah.
I don't know if it scarred your memory as well. Like,
What's that?
just at the end, you think that Joaquin's dead, but then he actually survives.
He's like in a vegetative state. He's he becomes wheelchair bound.
Yeah, and to the point where like he needs help going to the bathroom, and I don't know why they had to show it. If he just wanted to show off his penis. But
Oh yeah,
the-
that's right. I forgot about that.
and
This is like
Oh
the
yeah,
last,
I
like,
remember
2
you guys
minutes.
talking about that.
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, it was so weird. But then now that we're talking about it, now that I'm thinking about it, somebody becoming mayor who is the head of this local government, who like is basically has all these medical issues now because he's in a coma and needs assistance, living at home and pissing and all that. I mean, God, why does that sound so vaguely familiar to me? I don't know what it is. Is there a leader who is totally unqualified and has terrible health issues that should not be leading right now? I don't know what that's reminding me of. I must be going crazy, Arnold.
Yeah. Well, except somebody didn't take a hatchet to the head.
That's just, No, it was a knife. It was a knife to the dome. That's what. So
yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix. To give more context, in the end, Joaquin Phoenix is going throughout town, and he's having a shootout basically with. I don't even know who he was having a shootout with. By the way.
Yeah, I know, right?
I still didn't understand that. But anyway, he's having a
maybe
shootout.
The Antifa people that
He
was trying to blame it on.
Presumably. And someone is filming it or someone is live streaming it. It doesn't matter. And then somebody comes up to Joaquin Phoenix and they just stab it right in the dome. And then he's out for the count. So what a weird movie. What a weird movie that I did not really enjoy that much.
Oh, but me and my wife, we thoroughly enjoyed. We walked away, we're like, wow, that was pretty good.
I mean, I'll admit, those last 10 minutes were good, but everything that came before, I was like,
Well, you know what they say about like free food? Free food always tastes good. I wonder if that's the same thing for a free movie.
Maybe. I mean, we still end up spending like $30 on popcorn and drinks.
That's true.
Crazy.
That's true.
Wow.
Man, I always do that when I go to the movie theaters. It's like, I'm not going to buy anything. And so I sneak in food, which a lot of movie theaters, they don't care anymore.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Sometimes I'll just end up still buying like a soda or like a thing of popcorn. Because I love that at the Regal theater that I go to, they have those the hot Cheetos popcorn.
What?
Oh wow, I never had a hot Cheetos popcorn.
Man, it's so good. And then
is it red? Does it have the red color of hot Cheetos?
So it has the popcorn, and then it also has the hot Cheetos, but it also does have the seasoning too. So
nice. I just enjoy a nice, perfectly salted, perfectly buttered popcorn. Not too salty, not too buttery. Because if you get too much butter in there, then it gets all soggy and nasty. I like a good salted, perfectly salted, buttered.
Well, the trick popcorn. To like, you know what they use, right, for butter popcorn is
MSG,
or for the. Well, yeah, that too. But they basically use clarified butter, and clarified butter is is the kind of butter that doesn't make it the popcorn soggy.
Right.
And you got to tell them to layer the butter. So that way it's not all at the top.
Yeah.
And then, oh man, I love it.
People used to, when I worked in the movie, going back to that, my first job in the movie theater, people would be like, can you layer that? Can you just like popcorn, butter, popcorn? And I was like, oh, I'm a technician.
This conversation reminds me about of Ghost World, where she's like working in the movie theater, and then she's like pumping the butter onto the popcorn, and she's all disgusted by it.
That was in Ghost Dog. Ghost Dog.
No, Ghost Dog is with I can't think of his name.
Oh, I know.
Fishburne.
Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker.
Ghost
World is the two girls.
Ghost World. Okay.
Scarlett Johansson and I can't remember the other girl's name. We'll have a research department look into it.
Yeah.
I want to rewatch that movie now, actually, because I was thinking about that one the other day. And I was like,
that movie's so good. That movie is so good.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
That movie has great lighting, which, by the way, we should just get into that now, because I was thinking about that movie came out in 2001, right? And it was starring, it was Thora Birch, by the way. And
Thora Birch.
That movie, I feel like, even though like the tone of it was very like sort of snarky, Gen X like type humor, because I think it'd be Gen X. Well, it doesn't matter. But
they were just jaded.
Which is normal at the time to have snarky, jaded characters at the fore, like Daria. Nah. You know, that's a perfect example on the animated side. But Ghost World, considering
My So-Called Life,
My So-Called Life, the cinematography was very bright and colorful. And Alex, you brought this up. So you found an article about this, which was basically saying what?
So basically they're saying like how like film, but even it's bled into the real world of like our own like real life, how it's a lot of how things used to be super colorful and just really vibrant and had character, but now you go and everything in our lives. They showed a picture of how the colors of cars, what they used to look like.
Yeah.
And then they showed a picture at the bottom of cars that were like just today. It's all like gray, white, black. brown. Like, it's just like these awful muted colors that just are. It lacks personality. It lacks character. It doesn't show off the owners. Like, that was the cool thing about, like, when I was younger, when I wanted to buy a car, I was like, man, it would be cool to get a really cool blue car or a red car. Now you can't even find that on, like, they'll have those colors, but they're just so, like, earth tony,
And they're more expensive too. Like, the more colorful cars are, they're slightly more expensive than just plain white, black, or gray.
Yeah. Like,
and it's not just cars, it's also like millennial gray is what they call
millennial gray.
Decorating. Millennial gray, where it's like gray couches and gray walls and beige carpets and blah blah. It goes on like that. And then like McDonald's, lots of franchise places, like the buildings are also boring gray, corporate. And I was reading about this too, that a big reason for that is because if, say, your local McDonald's that opened up 10 years ago has that gray look or whatever, say they go out of, they go out of business, they shut down, whatever. Now they can flip the building to a new business, and it doesn't matter what it looks like, because you're not going to tell, oh, that was a McDonald's before. It's like, no, now it's just a gray building that any restaurant could be in. Because with Pizza Hut, that slanted roof, you could tell, oh, that used to be a Pizza Hut, right? But no more of that.
But that's part of the charm, though, too. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would love to have like built a new. If I say an old Pizza Hut, or even like IHOP, like they used to have the triangle.
Yeah, the blue roof
buildings, and I would love to have my new business in there. It was like it's kind of part of the history.
Yeah,
this used to be an old school IHOP. Even like you look at that chain. It's now a chain called Randy's Donuts, right? Out in LA, they're known for that shop with the big gigantic donuts. Like a ton of movies, and I was like, like that kind of architecture. Like, of course, if they closed down and they wouldn't be able to sell that building. It would have to be torn down. But, like that, again, that's kind of the charm of it, like why I like would love to go to Randy's Donuts just in general, just because like, I don't think their donuts are that great, but like, I think they're pretty good, but they're not my favorite.
They're aesthetically driven. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I'd rather go to a Cambodian-owned donut shop anyway. So
yeah,
makes me think of that. Remember that one? Was it Ann's Gelato in North Park that we went to? It was a former
it was a dry cleaner.
Dry cleaners. Yeah, and it still kind of looks the same, and they still had the ironing boards that became sort of like, it was those ironing boards that they're attached to the wall, but then you can fold it down.
And they would come down.
But now it's almost serves as like a little counter, so that way you can stand and eat your ice cream on.
Yeah. And then they also theme all their ice creams after like fabrics, which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's like they just embrace. What's funny is, the old what it was before.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
They actually opened up another shop that where they took over an old electronics store, and it still has like a lot of like the theming, like the electronic. It's like a old electronics repair shop, and they turned it into like an ice cream shop or a gelato shop. And I think that's such
cool.
like a brilliant thing. It's like embracing the past while like just moving forward. Like
very
that's
artsy.
The whole thing too. It's like, like the idea of adding color, just going back into like what we were like trying to discuss, the having color in film. That was like what the whole thing we were talking about, like how, and I think that's why you brought up the idea of Ghost World and how vibrant the colors were and the lightings were. And then you look at movies today, there's like even muted, like even like
so muted,
even some of like Wes Anderson's films, the most recent ones, they seem like they used to be very vibrant, and now it's kind of like a little bit more muted. And
he always went for that sort of pastel, look on everything. And you're
Yeah.
right. I didn't see Phoenician, or was it Phoenician? I didn't see Phoenician Scheme. I saw the
I
trailer.
haven't seen it either.
It looked very muted compared, like you said, to his other like previous work. I did see French Dispatch, and that was also, now that I'm thinking about it, also very muted. And they really sucked the color out of the world, in every respect. It seems like. But yeah, movies and TV shows are very guilty of it too. Like that one episode of Game of Thrones, the famous one where they had the big battle with the dead zombie ice people or whatever.
Oh yeah.
You could barely see what the fuck was going on in that show.
It was so
because
dark.
It was so dark, and it's like, how does a multi-million-dollar budget TV show, Life of Quiet, the blue jumpsuit and the red beanie? That's a great costume idea that I just go to every year because it's so simple. Grand Budapest, another great example, like the pinks, the blues. I love Grand Budapest. That's probably my favorite. And you got the Criterion version too. Nice. But yeah, they suck the color out of everything, and it is unfortunate. The way they color grade stuff now, it's just going towards that muddy, dark, grayish look that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, like you look at these two, like it's so vibrant, right? And then you look at the color scheme for the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah,
like it's a great movie, but at the same time, it's like it's not as vibrant as his older films, right?
No, I love the trailer for Life Aquatic because everything pops. The yellow submarine against the blue water really pops. Their red beanies, like I said, and their blue jumpsuits really pop. Yeah, and Grand Budapest it's got, like I said, it does have a good amount of color, but like it seems like the more movies he's done, like the more muted the colors are in Wes Anderson's films, and across the board too, apparently. But going back to Eddington really quick, Arnold, you mentioned it was filmed in New Mexico, and New Mexico's been getting a lot of play lately because the latest Vince Gilligan show, Pluribus, is filmed there.
Oh, and, another one.
Oh yeah, another one. And I think New Mexico has a great look and aesthetic that shows up on movies and shows. And what I will say about Pluribus, even though it's a show, not a movie, they really lean into blue and yellow. Oh. They love those two colors on that show, blue and yellow. And then the
black
desert,
and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Yeah, color is such a big part of storytelling, right? Visually, if you think about it, or lack thereof. When it's done right, I understand. Like you don't want to have everything look like it's you're in Barbie Land, right? Like
how does one train their eye for that? Like, well, for me, for movies, I mean, you guys are talking in depth about it, and I don't know. It doesn't really stand out as much to me. Right. Unless it's like something that's like really like you had mentioned that Game of Thrones episode that was really dark.
Right.
Unless it's something that very, very noticeable like that, then it'll catch my attention. But otherwise, it just seems.
It depends on the story you're trying to tell, right? Like I watched Zootopia 2 the other day. It's a kids movie, and for kids movies, they're always going to be bright and colorful. So much color across the board, right? Everything pops. If you're watching something like this drama coming out here soon called Hamnet, much more muted, right? It's a period drama. It's about William Shakespeare. Like, you're not going to have big, bright, colorful stuff in that sort of story, right? Because it's more of a period drama. You want the aesthetic to fit the story you're telling, right? So that's a big part of it.
It also has a lot to do with the tone of the film, though, too, because like you have like period pieces that are like this new movie Hamnet, but then you have Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette, and that one had like some really like popping colors, you know, and it was vibrant in the Sofia Coppola way. She does use color a lot of times to convey emotions, but that's kind of like the whole thing. Like if you're trying to like watch a film and like kind of trying to judge like how vibrant the colors are, just think of it what do these colors make you feel?
Yes,
that's the way to approach it. If you're trying to,
there's psychology to it.
Yeah, the psychology.
The psychology. Yeah. For example,
psychology.
Yeah, a lot of doctors' waiting rooms go for more muted colors because like a muted bluish color, sometimes like a bluish gray, because that makes you feel more comfortable. Whereas a color like red, like you wouldn't want to have a doctor's waiting office with red walls because you're gonna feel anxious as fuck.
Oh,
Right?
I thought you were gonna say hungry.
Well,
Isn't
no,
it-
I mean,
Red and
No,
yellow.
that's yellow. That's yellow.
That's-
though.
yeah,
No,
that's
the
yellow.
color. The color is
Yeah.
yellow.
Yellow will make you hungry.
Mm.
Yeah, it's weird psychological tricks. Well, maybe not tricks, but like weird
It is a
psychological. Yeah, that they go by to decide how they're gonna paint the walls of any given place, right? So yeah, green gives you a certain feel. That blue gives you a certain feel. Like the primary colors all have a certain like feel that they give off, right? So it all depends on that too, mood and all that. You don't go into a nightclub and expect it to be brightly lit and rainbow colors everywhere, right? Nightclubs are meant to invoke a sense of, I don't know, like you're having fun as an adult.
Sensuality.
Sensuality, thank you. I couldn't think of the.
Yeah.
But you understand what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So
You're like,
I forget-
who mysteriously touched my butt?
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Costa's. Did you guys ever go to Costa's there in the desert?
I never went to Costa's.
I went more times than I'm willing to admit.
Hey, it's a little. Wasn't it? To me, it was a little bit more upscale because it wasn't
It
at
was-
the Marriott.
Yeah. It was more of a upscale, quote unquote, nightclub, but you're arm to arm and ass to ass with everybody because it's always so packed.
Who did you go to at Costa's?
Who did I
you
go to?
with?
Oh,
Who did you go with?
James, believe it or not. I'd go with James and them.
Is this the James that you were saying, like F James?
This is motherfucking James, yeah. Motherfucking James. And some other mutual friends from back in the day. Just a bunch of ne'er-do-wells going to Costa's and getting
Did
paying,
Tim ever go?
$8 for a fucking Bud Light back in the day. $8 for a Bud Light? Are you kidding me? Like, you could have gone. Anyway. Yeah.
Did Tim ever go?
No, I never went with Tim. Ever. And myself.
Oh.
And it was like some dark bar club type area. I remember Mike D getting down and dancing on the dance floor, and Tim kind of just bopping his head. Yeah,
Mike
those were
D
fun
was
times.
like he was just like a smooth guy.
Oh my god, yeah, he was. It's crazy, man. It's crazy that I'd never been on a public bus before that night. Like I always used school buses, but I've never been on
Really?
a public bus.
Never even the Sun Bus.
I may have been on the sun bus one or two times when I was like younger, but never really till I had to go from point A to point B. I don't know why I would have been on a sun bus other than that. But
It's funny. I've only ridden buses like out of town. I've never done it when I lived somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I would go visit places. Like I visited San Francisco and I took a bunch of public transportation. And then before I moved here to San Diego, I tried out like using the trolleys and like that stuff like that. But
I just remember everybody on that bus that night looked miserable, and I told Tim, and he's like, "Yeah, dude. I mean, it's L.A. I mean, these people are all the grease that keeps this city running, and they're having to take the fucking bus to go anywhere. And we're taking the bus to go to a show of a group called Das Racist, which isn't even around anymore. But it was fun times. It was good times. I'm glad I did that. Do you remember Das Racist? Alex, you remember Das Racist? Sure.
yeah. I can't remember this. I can't remember the song, but the songs. But
It was
I remember
what's the big one? I'm at the Pizza Hut. I'm at the Taco Bell. I'm at the combination pizza Hut and Taco Bell. That was like one of their big songs.
Man,
Good shit.
I gotta look it up again.
Yeah. But Alex, tell us. So, what movies did you watch? I mean, what did you watch this year that stood out that we didn't get a chance to talk about on the show?
I finally got around to watching Jaws.
What? Wow.
Yeah, for the first time. Like,
Wow.
it's, what is it? It's like the 40-year anniversary? 50
Something
year
like
anniversary?
Oh, was it?
It's been a minute. Yeah.
20,
What'd you think?
45-year anniversary. You know what? Okay, so after all this time, like, I thought it started off kind of silly. Like, kind of, but it also, it's like very poignant for these days, this day and age.
Right. You have a mayor that wants to go against the interests of the public by opening up the beaches, even though he shouldn't.
Yeah. It's like,
What is it with this theme lately of mayors doing shit they shouldn't be doing?
Yeah. And it was so that's the thing that kept me interested. And like But then, like, you see all the references now that in other pop culture, right? Like, I remember, like, there's that scene in Chasing Amy where Banksy and Alyssa, they're exchanging anecdotes of, like, their sexual escapades of, like, how they got injured. Like, oh yeah, well, you see this scar? Like, I got it from this happening and this happening, and then I was like, I always just thought that was like a unique back and forth banter. But then I realized he stole it from Jaws.
From Jaws,
where
yeah.
that scene in that, like, when they're on the boat, like recanting all the ways that they got injured, like in the war. And I'm like, that's so crazy. I didn't realize, like, that was, but you know, like, Kevin Smith is obviously a huge fan of Jaws. Like, he uses that reference in the first Clerks. He's like, dun 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 dun. They show him, like, with the tortilla chip in the salsa jar. He's all salsa shark.
And you know what's great about the famous score from that movie is that
What's that?
that had to work because you couldn't show the shark, because the shark was a nightmare. It was a nightmare to get that fucking robot shark to work. So they had to work around it, and part of that was the musical score and the camera movement implying that there's a threat, there's a danger, and it works so beautifully, right? Because
Yeah.
the shark is barely in it, but it works. When you do see it, it's terrifying, even though you can tell it's a little cheap, whatever. But, like, when you don't see it, it's about the psychological. Like, the shark is here in your mind, and that's scarier than anything. So
Yeah, and I think that was the I guess what got everybody at that time, you know? I think we're all jaded now when it comes to horror. That, like, the idea of a shark as, like, sort of this monster, quote unquote, you know? Like, it's kind of silly almost now.
yeah,
But, like, that it's so silly that they, in order to make it even more, like, I don't want to say terrifying, but at least, like, you know, play into, like, so the horror aspect even more, is like that movie series Sharknado. You know, what's more terrifying than a shark? Like a bunch of sharks that form a tornado. You know,
With Ian Ziering.
who's that?
Oh, the former star of Beverly Hills 90210.
Oh wow, that's a deep cut.
Arnold's favorite TV show.
I used to watch that show too, but I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day, that was great.
Yeah.
By the way, Healing Laughter Power is joining us in the chat. Healing Laughter Power said, "What a late notice to let him know." And I said, "Or what do you say? Worst last minute warning ever." Sorry about that, HLP, but we're glad you're here. And yeah, he's talking about all the references, like the music, and we're gonna need a bigger boat. And Bruce the Shark. Bruce the Shark was Spielberg named it after his lawyer for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a reason. I don't know what it is at the moment.
Yeah, well, you know, it's kind of like he probably got a discount. I don't know. Maybe he got a discount.
Was his first. That was his big breakout movie for Spielberg. Like, he done a movie or two before Jaws, right? Yeah.
Oh wow.
That was like, it wasn't his first movie, but it was like, it was the movie that sort of put him on the map, and like, oh, like, this kid can direct, right? And it's also considered like the first summer blockbuster as well. Yeah. We're talking before, like, pre-Star Wars and stuff. Like, that was like set the tone for what a summer blockbuster looks like. And like you said, we sort of become, I think we become very desensitized to stuff now, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, jaded. But back then, man, like that was it. Like what Spielberg did to people going to the beach is what, like, Hitchcock did to people taking a shower, right? Like, it has a lasting effect on the culture. As silly as that may seem, like, it's just movies at the end of the day, right? But no, man, like, these movies had an impact, you know? Positive and negative.
So, like, I had never seen Jaws. Would you recommend it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Have you seen like Apocalypse Now?
No, I have seen Apocalypto.
Well, that's a decent one too. So Apocalypse Now came out around the same time as Jaws, maybe like a couple of years before. I can't remember exactly. But, like, yeah, these are the big epics of the 70s, man. Like, you got to watch, like, the Apocalypse Now and Jaws. Like, those are, like, the big summer movies from that era where filmmaking was, like, rough. Like, Francis Ford Coppola, I think I read he had a heart attack or two when he was making Apocalypse Now. Like, these guys put their heart and soul into making these fucking movies, man. It was a nightmare, but it was worth it in the end because look at what they gave us. You know what I mean? Look at what they gave the world. Wasn't the Jaws movie was based on a true story? The Jaws movie was based on a book, actually. It was a novel.
It was based on a book.
I can't remember who wrote it. Some French guy. Maybe that was Planet of the Apes. Did you ever see the original Planet of the Apes, Arnold?
No.
Oh, you should watch the original Planet. It's so good.
Yeah.
I love those movies. Turner Classic Channel used to do marathons of the Planet of the Apes films from the 60s and 70s.
So did KTLA. Remember KTLA?
Oh yeah.
They would do like
Did
a
we get
lot
KTLA
of
in the desert. I don't know if we got KTLA.
Yeah,
we get that. Yeah.
Oh, we did.
KTLA.
Okay.
Yeah, I still
That was
get
Channel
that now,
5.
Channel 5. Yes.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It eventually turned into the CW or the WB network. Like it was like an affiliate of the WB network.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, when you grow up 2 hours outside of LA, you're still influenced by LA, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. It's like our market was like still way too small to like really have like anything be taken seriously.
I always feel like some backwater kid when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm from California. What part? Oh, Palm Springs. Oh yeah, it's 2 hours outside of LA. You know, just go out outside, go down the freeway a little bit and get Palm Springs there.
I don't feel that way anymore though, because like I feel like it's. As you know, we've gotten older in our 20s and 30s, we like experienced this renaissance of like not just Palm Springs becoming like more popular for it's being a destination town, but also because of the art scene, the music scene because of Coachella, but then also like there is, I don't want to say it's a thriving scene, but it's like very I mean, it's been around since like I want to say like even the 80s and 90s. Like you got like the stoner rock.
Would you say the Coachella Valley as a whole is kind of like the Portland or Austin of California? In a way, it's like small town, small city vibes, but like kind of a quirky art scene in a way, and quirky people.
Yeah, I would say so. Like there's
you can't
also
say that about San Diego. San Diego is just San Diego. San Diego's a coastal city. And it has its own character too, but different.
It's when I saw this like thing where like people, I think you posted it, Adrian.
Yeah.
It was like
San Diego.
People outside of California, they see like California as like the upper part is San Francisco, the lower part is LA.
Yeah.
Whereas like people who live in San Diego is like there's California and then San Diego
just
is completely different. Which is it's kind of true. It's its own like community. Like they would say San Diego was kind of a competitor in the early days to LA. But I guess what happened was like they had like gotten, it was like this like big back and forth. It's why they have, I mean, okay, so there's like the Los Angeles Clippers, right? They were originally from San Diego. And because they get the name, the Clippers is a boat, it was like a port thing, And so, but they had this big back and forth thing to be who was going to be the big port city, who was going to be the big main, like the hub. But then I guess LA had built the ports in Long Beach,
right.
And that kind of solidified the that LA would be the main hub for things.
And the thing is, California is a huge state. Almost 40 million people live there. And LA is going to have a huge influence. Obviously, Hollywood alone is like the big thing. And then you got tech up in San Francisco. But San Diego doesn't get talked about as much.
Isn't San Diego now the most expensive place to live in the country?
I thought that was San Francisco, actually.
No, recently San Diego surpassed it.
Oh, really? Wow.
Well, yeah, that makes sense because a lot of tech companies are bailing out of San Francisco. A lot of it's like real estate is plummeting. Yeah. And like San Francisco is kind of like I don't know. It's just like not what it used to be. It's not thriving like how it was once before.
It's still a great city, but you're right, not thriving. Not at all.
I still want to go visit.
But if I could live anywhere in California, like if I could just live anywhere, I would definitely choose San Diego. I wouldn't want to live in LA and to deal with all that traffic. San Francisco is just too far up north. San Diego's you're 2 hours from everything. You're 2 hours from LA. You're 2 hours from the desert. You're right on the border. You go get tacos across the street. You know what I mean? People do that. That's a thing. You walk across the border and you get tacos on the other side. I don't know if they do that now with everything going on, but I know that used to be a thing.
For me, the ideal would be have a house in San Diego, and I love the desert. I love it out here. Have a house here, but then have a helicopter, so that way you can go really quick.
Hell yeah.
To both. That's ideal. And so possibly even say like Northern California somewhere. You know, like you have a place up there, you can also have a helicopter to go there. But if you have, say you're along the coast in San Diego, and it would also be nice to have a boat option, perhaps like a little yacht. A little yacht, you know.
Your little yacht, yachty, you'll call it.
Yeah,
little yachty.
little yachty for the little naughty guy. That would be kind of ideal, you know. And so fingers crossed that it happens.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
But yeah.
Fingers crossed. This show takes off, and we can travel to anywhere we want to do the show, including Arnold
Gilroy, California. We're gonna fly there. Yeah. We're gonna take the chopper. We're gonna find a good little, I don't know, restaurant, barbecue spot, someplace that showcases garlic.
Yeah, and we're gonna hang our meats to dry and absorb that garlic essence from the air.
Yes, right? Yes. Wash that down with some vino or something.
Oh yeah, well you're in wine country. Well, I don't know if that's wine country necessarily, but
a little hop, skip, and jump.
Yeah, a little hop, skip, and a jump. Yeah, that's the thing about California. Like people who aren't from there think like, oh, maybe I can visit L.A. and San Francisco in a weekend. It's like, no, that is impossible. Do not do that. That's an 8-hour drive between each city. Yeah, there's people who like come from outside the U.S. or even just from other parts of the country, and they go to California and they think they can go to like the beach, the mountains, the desert, and it's like no, like you need like weeks to do all of that if you really want to. Like California's huge.
I would say if you're gonna do that, drive the Pacific Coast Highway.
Yes,
but it would take at least
Solvang.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It would take at least like 10 days if you're gonna go from like San Diego to like
all the way up to wine country.
Or even to up to San Francisco if you were like so.
If you were so inclined, go up to Arcata, see the redwoods. What's that?
I think we did that once when we were younger, though. Like we were traveling up to San Francisco, and then our dad. We were coming back from San Francisco, and I remember we were like making stops on the Pacific Coast Highway to get back into Palm Springs.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
But going back to Jaws really quick, did you watch did you watch it? Because I know they re-released it in theaters, didn't they? Briefly.
Did you watch
it in theaters? Jaws.
No, I just watched it on Netflix.
Okay. Okay.
I watched it right before they pulled it because I guess they only had it for a short amount of time.
It was like anniversary.
Yeah. I mean, if you notice, Arnold, when we were at, I don't know, I think 45 years. If you notice, Arnold, at Comic-Con, there was a lot of Jaws stuff. That's why it was such a big deal, because it was the anniversary. They had that, what is that pinball company? They had a Jaws pinball machine there. Oh. And then...
the thing that I missed over there.
Jaws came out in 75, so that was... 50 years?
Or 45? Like 6 years after 1969.
Yeah. Fun fact about the poster. The shark that you see on the poster is based on a real species of shark, but that species of shark that they based the poster on is like, those sharks are like not that big. They're like actually small. So they just liked the way it looked from that angle. So that's why they based it on that instead of like an actual great white, which I don't think it has as much of a pointy nose as that species. So I didn't know that until recently. I thought that was really cool.
HLP says it was 50 years. Wow.
50 years, yeah.
Man.
Wow.
Sheesh.
That's wild. That's so wild to think about.
It goes by fast.
Indeed. Man.
Yeah. But
the closest thing that I seen to Jaws was not even a movie. It was what was that series? Whale Wars on this Discovery Channel.
Never heard of that.
Highlighting the nonprofit organization Sea Shepherd. You should go and check out seashepherd.org and see the wonderful work that they do, the brave work that they do, and standing in the way of the illegal whaling that goes on in the world. And, I highly recommend donating. I've donated before.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, the real horror in that show wasn't the whales. It was the people who were trying to kill them.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't shark finning a thing at one point as well that they're trying to stop?
There's a soup. I think it's in Chinese
Shark fin
culture.
soup, yeah.
Shark fin soup. Like sharks, like I don't know if there's like a specific fin on the shark that they harvest when they do the soup. Obviously, just one fin.
Right.
So,
well, yeah. There's a cause for everything, right?
yeah.
What was the other movie you saw this year that we didn't get to talk about on the show that stood out to you, Alex?
I think one of the another film that I got to see was it's another classic, the 36 Chambers of the Shaolin. I saw that at the San Diego Asian Film Festival. I've never seen it before, and I like
36
I've been
Chambers.
intending. Yeah, the 36 Chambers is like what the the Wu-Tang Clan album is based off of. The 36 Chambers of the Wu-Tang. It's like of the Shaolin
classic album.
Well, it's a classic movie. It's like the movie influenced that album, and it's Gordon Liu is the actor. It's such a
that came out in 78.
Yeah, and that movie like I watched it for the first time at the San Diego Asian Film Festival during their mystery kung fu theater event. Every year they do like a surprise like kung fu movie late at night. So you just go there and you know it's gonna be a good time. And I went to it after watching Rosemead. Because like it was definitely a good thing to watch after Rosemead because it was so
little palate cleanser.
Exactly, and it was a fun movie. Like definitely like a lot of like what do you call it? What's the term? Philosophy. Yeah, intertwined in that film. About like the how. The philosophies between like the people who are part of the Wu-Tang or the Shaolin versus like outsiders, right? And it kind of plays into like that culture's beliefs of like not teaching outsiders, but they take it even more so they don't even the Shaolin monks, they don't even interfere in the dealings of the outside world. And the whole thing was, I don't know if you're familiar with the film or know the story. The backstory is like, so there's this warlord who's like trying to take over this town, and people are trying to stand up to him, but they're like, if I knew how to fight, if I could learn from the Shaolin monks, we would be unstoppable. They're like, well, they don't teach anybody who's like an outsider. And so, but like these two people, they get become part of this resistance, sort of like and then what happens is they get caught and they go on the run, and they're trying to get to the Shaolin temple to like hopefully try to learn from these Shaolin monks, but like they go there and one of the guys dies. And then the other guy almost gets killed, and like the Shaolin monks go and take him in to help him, and he's there, and they're trying to, he's like trying to convince him, like, I want to become a Shaolin monk, I want to like learn kung fu, and he's like, well, it's not to their idea of like learning all this stuff is not to go cause fights, and they don't want to pick fights or anything. It's just for like their own self-defense, but they don't go and like interfere using their martial arts to interfere with other people's matters, outsiders.
They almost sound like the Jedi. Like did Lucas? He must have been inspired by this a little bit.
I'm pretty certain he was inspired. Yeah. I mean, like Lucas took a lot from West Eastern philosophy and mythology and religions.
I could see that.
He took a lot from a lot of things. He borrowed from a lot of different like faiths and mythologies.
I'm looking at the movie on Letterboxd, and like they always have that big banner picture, and there's like a shot with all these monks in the background wearing yellow robes or something, And like, that just reminds me straight up of Kill Bill. Like I know Tarantino's a huge kung
Oh,
fu
yeah.
head, right? So he
Yeah.
must have, because her suit in the first movie is that yellow.
Yeah.
Well, that was a Bruce Lee though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a callback to Bruce Lee's Game of Death.
Right. Yeah. And that's what we're talking. Going back to the whole car thing, like the yellow pops. You know, if this was made today, it'd be like, I don't know, drab gray or something.
Yeah,
Pink.
That's the Shaw brothers like really made color pop in a lot of their kung fu films, and in particular this film. It was like such. One of the cool things I enjoyed about it was the familiarity of a lot of the sets that they used. There's actually a couple sets that they're on there that like are obviously I've seen them in other kung fu films. Like there's Arnold. Remember in Deadly Strike the snake technique fighters?
Yeah.
That whole like area. It's in that movie. It's in
really?
36 Chambers. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I started watching that movie, but then it was after I had already watched the movie, and I don't normally watch movies back to back, but it was one that just came on, and so I was like, let's keep it going. All right. But then I fell asleep, and so. But it sounds really good though.
Yeah, that movie is really good. There's like a lot of really cool like philosophy being taught in it, and the moral of the story is like really, like, you know, it's like about protecting those who are less fortunate. The meek of you, because like they're the people who are like supporting you. The people who are doing the everyday tasks, like feeding us, like farming, fishing. Those are the people that he was trying to defend. These shop owners who like selling, fish.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about that nowadays because AI is going to solve all of our problems, right? Like food shortages.
Until the bubble bursts. Until the bubble bursts.
No, there's no bubble, man. We're going all the way with AI. It's going to be in everything. It's going to be in everything, my friends.
It's going to be in your soup.
All our
it's going to be in our
pizzas. Soup. Yeah. It's going to be in my spaghetti. I'm never going to make spaghetti again. Let's just say that. AI will somehow. We're going to have AI wives.
I won't have to spray the whipped cream on my pie anymore. It'll do it for me.
Exactly. And it's going to do it perfectly too. It's going to do like a perfect little dollop.
Perfect little poop.
Little dollop. Yeah. The 36 Chamber of Shaolin. Yeah, I added that to my Letterboxd watch list because that looks really interesting. And Letterboxd is going to have a video rental service coming soon here, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard about
this. I heard about that.
Yeah. They're going to focus more on like film festival stuff or stuff that isn't readily available on like the mainstream streaming networks or whatever.
Oh, good.
The idea. I think they're going to have a lot of more mainstream stuff, but they're also going to have stuff that is like not as readily available. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting.
I heard a lot of independent filmmakers are going to be
good.
A lot more access to Letterboxd.
That'd be great.
Good. Yeah.
I like Letterboxd. I'm currently obsessed. Like if I watch something, now I have to log it. Now I have to write a review, and now I got to turn it into content and for the show, and it's a whole thing. No, but it's been fun. It's been fun. Yeah.
Gives you inspiration.
It does actually. And dude, like I take it that seriously. There are people who take their Letterboxd journaling and stuff very seriously. Like it's like a movie subculture.
Oh. I don't want to offend them.
No. Just if you go on there, you like anyone you follow, you'll see like look at their activity, and I saw one guy followed like 100 people in a day. I was like, oh shit. I'm like,
Arnold, you have offended me, and you have offended the Letterboxd family.
Yeah.
Where's that
Some
from?
people's reviews are. Arnold, you should honestly do it. This will help you, like for your writing, if you want to get into that a little bit, because some people do like 2-sentence reviews, and it's like like it's like funny or it's like something interesting from the movie or whatever. It's great. Yeah.
You should write a haiku.
To
answer your question, that was not from Enter the Dragon. Partially.
Yeah. Yes. But yes, partially. You have offended me. And you have offended the Shaolin Temple.
Good stuff, guys. Arnold, really quick, what was the other movie you saw this year that stood out?
So one of the movies was Roof Man, which is based on a true story.
I heard about that.
Starring Magic Mike guy. What's his name?
Oh,
Channing Tatum. Thanks.
Channing
This is
Tatum. Yes.
Yeah. Channing
Also
Tatum
Peter
and then
Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
Oh, yeah.
Kirsten Dunst. I think it was her first
Wow.
movie in a long time. But
Wait, Kirsten Dunst?
yeah, I think
She was in Civil War recently. And that's pretty recent. Unless you're thinking about the girl from the vampire movies,
it was-
right?
no.
No,
The
it was
girl-
Kristen Dunst.
Okay.
who's like in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, no,
That's Kirsten Dunst.
yeah.
Yeah,
But she's been in a lot of stuff lately
Oh.
too, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was once again another shout out to Jammin' 99.5 for the tickets to Roofman. I was hoping to watch what was that other
Smashing Machine?
No, they had the motorcycle for it at Comic-Con. Tron. Yeah, I was because I thought that looked pretty cool, and it was a popular movie. But then we weren't feeling it that day. We decided to watch Roofman, and the time slot, it fit perfect with our schedule. We're there for a little entertainment, and so
I heard Tron sucked anyway, so.
Well, yeah, I'm
yourself
glad
fired.
that
I heard that was a bit of a dud.
yeah.
I've heard all those movies are not good, honestly. Like, they look cool.
That's
and
what
they
I
have
heard,
cool
too.
soundtracks, but the
Really?
movies themselves are weak. I know I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen
Really?
either the first, the second, or this one now.
I caught like the first Tron a few times when it was on like KTLA when I was a kid. But like,
Whoa, it goes that far back?
Oh, the
Yeah, it's an
original
old
one,
movie.
came out in the 80s.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That one's important to film history because it was like one of the first movies to use like CGI and stuff. It was like very early CGI tech, but yeah, it pushed the envelope. I think
I heard-
Lucasfilm worked on that.
Yeah, I heard that Tron, the original Tron, was a critical success, but like a failure in the movie theaters because of like the amount of like movies that good sheer amount of good movies that came out around that same time.
Oh, there it is. There's the Arnold
Man.
dance.
Arnold, you have to do it twice because
Yeah,
you missed it the first half hour.
yeah, that's true. Oh, dude. The guy that directed Roofman directed The Place Beyond the Pines and Blue Valentine. That's an interesting range of movies. Like, they're both like super heavy dramatic films. And then he did. Is Roofman more of a comedy, Arnold? I'm guessing, or
I mean, there were some funny moments.
it sounds
but-
like a comedy. A father, a struggling army ranger, turns to robbing McDonald's restaurants by cutting holes in the roofs, earning him the nickname Roofman. After escaping prison, he secretly lives inside a Toys R Us for 6 months.
Well, yeah, and
surviving
this was
undetected. Wow.
It was a true story.
Wow.
Well, Carla, she said that she vaguely remembers it, hearing about it on the news. I think that I remember hearing it, but like it was really interesting. And when we checked it out, a lot of the stuff was true. And apparently Channing Tatum, the guy, the roof man, he's in prison now because he finally got caught.
God forbid
and
a guy have hobbies, right, Arnold?
Yeah. Channing Tatum, he would talk to him on the while the guy is in prison.
Oh,
they
nice.
get to call talk to somebody for 15 minutes every day.
Wow.
And any day that the guy wasn't talking to like family or friends or anybody, Channing Tatum he would talk to him the entire time.
Wow.
And take up the full 15 minutes and just to really get the character down. And
That's so
it was one
interesting.
of those movies that at the end they would do like a side-by-side photo of Channing Tatum and the actual guy. Like the way he looked, he got it down pretty good. Same thing with Kirsten Dunst. I think even Peter Dinklage. But it was a really good movie, and it was one of those that kept me, because you keep thinking like, oh man, he's gonna get caught. And just the things that he would do to survive, and and how he dodged the police for so long.
Right.
It was kind of crazy. And how
No,
it all...
that is I don't know. I vaguely recall the news story now. I'm vaguely remembering, that somebody did that. I don't know that this movie was based on that. But it sounds really interesting. I'm adding that to my watch list.
Yeah.
This is the thing too. I'm like adding stuff to my watch list constantly on Letterboxd. Like if I hear about watch list, hear about it, watch list.
Yeah.
No, that one's on there.
Yeah,
But that's so funny that director did Blue Valentine and The Place Beyond the Pines. Have you guys seen either of those? Those are like heavy dramatic. Like Blue Valentine is like a dark movie about love and stuff and heartbreak or whatever. And The Place Beyond the Pines is also a very heavy. And then like he did this movie as well, and this is like more of a grounded human. Is it? I guess it's kind of a human drama. Arnold, would you say? I mean, I haven't seen it. But...
I'd say so.
Okay.
Good way to put it. I mean, I wouldn't have thought of
kind
that.
of funny.
But,
That's why I thought it was like a comedy.
yeah, that's what I thought too. The poster of it is a little deceiving. But,
very deceiving because he's got like a big teddy bear on his shoulders and he's holding a gun. So it's like,
well, I believe it was all stuff thing, because it was in Toys R Us, and so
that makes sense.
like a lot of the things that he would steal from the store, like video games, and then pawn them, and like his diet was based mostly on like M&Ms, because that was the food that they would sell in the store was M&Ms, and so he'd be eating peanut M&Ms all the time, and then end up getting cavities, and so he would pawn video games to get enough cash to go to a dentist. And apparently there's a part in the story where he goes, because he I think he finds out that that his dental records are there, and he doesn't want like evidence of it, and so he goes there to get rid of his dental records. So he just basically burns the place or blows it up, and and I think that was true to the
Arnold. So, did you watch the trailer before you went to go see Roofman?
Yeah, we did.
Would you say that it was misleading as far as like the tone of the film? Because I remember when I went to go watch Toxic Avenger, they had played that trailer, and it seemed like a comedy. And from the way you're describing it, it seems like it's not so much a comedy. There's comedic scenes in there, but it's more so like a drama.
Yeah, definitely more so. To me, it was more so a drama. There was some comedic scenes, certain parts that were just kind of funny. But it was definitely more drama.
Yeah. Which
what that is?
I feel like
that marketing people deceiving you so they can hook you in so you can come watch it. And then you sit down and you're like, wait a minute, this isn't the quirky little comedy I saw.
Which I think is so stupid. Like, just let a movie be what it is, market it as it is, and let people decide whether or not they want to go see it. And I think I probably would have been more interested in watching it if it was marketed as a drama. Because when I saw the trailer at when I went to go see Toxic Avenger, I was like, nah, I'm okay. Really? I don't need it. I didn't want to watch it. I was like, it didn't seem, the way they made the comedy on the trailer felt way too slapsticky. And I'm not a fan of that.
Marketing people, man. They'll get you.
It was like they made the comedy on the trailer like feel very low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Right. I need to watch the trailer. I haven't even watched the trailer for it, but just from the poster alone, that's why I thought, this is a comedy.
Yeah,
then I'm hearing Arnold talk about it. I'm like, oh wait, no, this is more of a based on real life about a struggling guy who robs fucking McDonald's and hangs out in Toys R Us. Like that's not like I'm sure there are like some comedic elements, like you said, but
the marketing team didn't they weren't on the same page with the writer and producer.
They never are. Director. Well, a lot of times they are.
They rarely are.
They rarely.
I mean, really off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So HLP says movies that stood out to him were Belle 2022, Life is Beautiful
Oh, that's a good
1998,
one. and
Perfect Days 2024.
Wow.
And that's you're welcome.
Perfect day.
HLP. Perfect Days is a really good film. If you've never seen that,
Is that a
It's
feel good movie?
have you?
I like those.
It's a feel good movie. It's a feel good movie. It's like almost like what they call slice of
Wait.
life.
It's not with Benicio del Toro, is it?
No.
There's a movie with Benicio del Toro called Perfect Day.
Perfect
You're not,
Days. It's
you're
like
not confusing Benicio del Toro with Guillermo del Toro again,
No.
are you, Adrian?
I am
Perfect
not.
Days is a Wim Wenders film. The guy who did Paris, Texas.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was wanting to because he had gotten to like making documentaries, and Wim Wenders coming out of the pandemic, like a lot of the things that Japan did in order to like get people was to also like make places even more so like community based. Like
Yeah.
they've always been very community based, and so like a lot of the things that you see in Perfect Days is like you look at the way that they deal with like restrooms, and in restrooms they like they're very clean, but that's also a community aspect. Is like you have to have good facilities and good logistical stuff in order for society to function properly, and like and have a good morale, and so like the movie is about this guy who's like a cleaner, a restroom cleaner. Like he goes around Japan, he's hired, that's his job, he cleans all the restrooms in Japan, in Tokyo. And but it's basically a guy who it's a very happy film, but he's happy with the life that he has. It's a very simple life. He doesn't want for much. But like the whole story is about like the sacrifices you make in order to have that kind of life,
Right. Well, I've added it to my watch list. I've never heard of Wim Wenders before, but he's done a lot of stuff. I'm looking at his books right now.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
pretty prolific, and a lot of the
He's a
films that
German
you've
guy.
a lot of the movies that you've probably heard of that are like kind of popular from like that that kind of indie film thing era. He did. Yeah.
Nice.
We're in the holiday season. Have you guys ever seen Last Holiday
Was that with?
with Queen Latifah
No.
and LL Cool J?
No.
Oh,
No.
we all, me and my friends at work, we Christopher Milkman America, he was there too.
Oh yeah.
We all watched Last Holiday during our lunch. So it took a couple days to do that at work, and it was. I mean, it was a very predictable kind of movie, but it was just really good. We're like trying to get into the holiday spirit, and so we're watching like holiday movies, and it was just it was a really good movie, good to watch, feel good movie, and some funny parts in it. A lot of good food shots because she was like an aspiring chef or just a foodie, and I thought it was a good watch. Definitely, especially for this time of year, if you want to watch something different than your usual, Christmas Story, Home Alone,
Die Hard.
yeah,
Die Hard.
Jingle All the Way, which was another one
Gremlins.
that oh yeah, I recommend Last Holiday.
I will also add that to my list. But
Yeah,
I
there
won't
we
enjoy
go.
it.
There we go.
Well, good stuff, guys. I feel like we went a little longer than we anticipated, but yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff, and in an hour and 14 minutes, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really quick, I'm going to just say the one movie I'm looking forward to next year is Project Hail Mary. I read the book. I love the book. The trailer looks fucking awesome. I'm so hyped for this movie. I think it's going to be good. I have a good feeling about it. It's Phil Lord and the other guy. He works, I can't remember his name. They did like the Lego movie and stuff. But I am so hyped for this movie because I love the book so much. I read that not even last year, like the year before last year, I read that book. And yeah, so I can't wait to see it. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller are the directors of that one. And it stars Ryan Gosling. It's about he's a science teacher, wakes up on a spaceship light years from home with no recollection of who he is or how he got there. And as his memory returns, he begins to uncover his mission. Solve the riddle of the mysterious substance causing the sun to die out. He must call on his scientific knowledge and unorthodox ideas to save everything on Earth from extinction. But an unexpected friendship means that he may not have to do it alone. And that's all I'll say. If you want to know more, just watch the trailer. If you don't, just wait for it to come out and go in blind. But yeah, what do you guys hype for next year? Surely there's something.
Huh.
I probably should have asked you this before we started, so you guys would have
Yeah.
on deck.
Yeah. Is there another Fast and the Furious coming out?
A what?
Another Fast and the
I don't know.
Furious?
Maybe.
Well,
they come out every year.
I heard that they're like they're in talks. Like I guess that Vin Diesel has some stipulations on like what he wants for the contract in order to do another Fast and the Furious. It was supposed to be the end of the series. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why they bring it back.
And then they make like 5 more.
Yeah.
Damn,
And then they have like the spin-offs, and then they have like the prequels.
Yeah.
Like young Vin Diesel.
Yeah. I mean that's what I heard. I mean it could have been just a meme, or it could have been like a joke that that I saw. But I mean it makes sense though. Like why? Like if I were to you make a career out of like doing this one franchise, right? Like Vin Diesel has been in almost every single.
He must be a multi-millionaire by now with all these movies under his belt, right?
Is. He doesn't have to do anything else. He has likeness rights for like the rides that are going to be opening up at Universal Studios.
He shows up on set. He's like family. Then he leaves and he gets paid like $10 million. Like it's not bad.
Or he's like, I am Groot, and then now he gets like $10 million.
That probably gets him more money for residuals than anything else he's done. Honestly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just those 3 words alone.
Man. So he really would get a check for the rides at Universal Studios.
I'm sure they work out.
Oh man!
I mean,
did you know this crazy fact is that Billy D. Williams was originally going to play Two-Face in Batman Forever.
Yeah,
but they didn't cast him. But he had a clause in his contract when he did Batman Returns or something saying that it's a pay to play, which basically means that even if I don't get the part, you still got to pay me. And on top of that, getting paid for not doing the movie, he also gets paid residuals from Batman Forever, even though he wasn't in it. Like that's a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah.
Like you get paid to not work, and then you get paid residuals for something you didn't even work in.
Jeez, man. Got it made.
Oh, yeah.
HLP said Return of the Living Dead is doing a release. Is that Return of the Living Dead like the Goosebumps book?
No, I think that's Sam Raimi
George
project.
Romero. Yeah, the George Romero.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He said that Project Hail Mary sounds like sunshine. As a matter of fact, it's about saving the sun from dying. So that's the only thing it has in common with Sunshine. Sunshine is like a sci-fi cosmic horror.
Isn't there a new Evil Dead film coming out?
Probably. I feel like Sam Raimi's always got something up his sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any other movies coming out. On the spot.
There is a movie that's coming out. Like it's a Marvel movie. I'm just more curious these days than I am actually excited, and that would be Avengers: Doomsday, which I'm just like I'm not over superhero films. I'm not burnt out on superhero films. I'm burnt out on like the bad stuff that Marvel has been putting out.
Right.
Like if they could write the ship at Marvel, I would totally go be like more excited. But I'm more excited for like the possibility of what the DC universe is gonna do.
Right.
That scene, like I loved Superman. I loved like Peacemaker, especially the second season. That was really good.
I need to watch. I started the first season of Peacemaker, and I'm not a big fan of what's his name?
John Cena.
John Cena. He just kind of annoys me. I don't know why he.
Yeah.
He's such a beefcake. You know, he's like such a beefcake, dude.
Yeah, like, and that was like my hang up on John Cena. It's like it was almost that obvious thing, like, you know, The Rock went into film after his wrestling career, and then like, oh, like I'm gonna do the same thing too. But at the same time, I was like, all right, I'm gonna give this guy a shot, because, you know, The Rock can be a good actor when he wants to be. You know,
that's
like
we
had discussed it. That's what we discussed before. You know, Southland Tales is like the film that like gave me hope that he would do like good films, and it took him a while, but then he finally did. He finally did The Smashing Machine, and that was a great film. He did a really great job in that film. By the way, he was.
I was so bummed
that was such a good film
that I wanted to watch that. That was another one. Shout out to Gem and 99.5 for a free ticket on that, which I wasn't able to use because the movie was only at Mary Pickford for like 2 weeks. And then when I was like, okay, go look for my nearest place, it was like an hour away. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fall asleep on the drive back.
At least you're not driving Uber on the way back, Carmen. So.
Yeah.
They stole your movie, but they didn't steal your sleep this time.
No, never again. Yeah.
Well, no, that's good stuff, guys. I think, I think that's good for this episode. Yeah.
HLP said Evil Dead Burn is coming out next year.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I haven't kept up with those movies. I've only seen like the original 2 or 3 that he made back in the day, which are great.
So you saw Evil Dead 2, and what is that?
Like whatever the original
Army of
ones.
Darkness.
That's what it was. Yeah. Sam Raimi's great.
Yeah.
He's a little, underutilized. I'm not underutilized, but he did like the Doctor Strange movie. And that was a little all over the place, But it's Marvel, right? Like those movies are made by committee.
He did the Spider-Man films.
Oh yeah, well yeah, obviously yeah. Like the Spider-Man films are probably peak Sam Raimi, like early 2000s, right? But
yeah,
I think that he had more power in making those movies than he did making Doctor Strange. And you can kind of tell that it was like this is just kind of made by committee. It's Disney. Like, what can you do? At that point, just get paid, make the movie, get it done on time, and get paid.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
I'm looking forward to what they do with Supergirl.
Oh, I'm hyped for that movie.
Yeah.
If you saw House of the Dragon, Millie Alcock is a fantastic actor who has, I think, a long, interesting career ahead of her. Millie Alcock. That's her name. Yeah.
Millie. I thought you.
Yeah, but she like. That movie is going to be based off of Woman of Tomorrow, the Supergirl woman of the graphic novel.
Oh, nice.
And that book is I got a spoiler from it. I don't know how deep they're going to get. I mean, it's not really a spoiler because it happens like at the very beginning of the comic. Right. But I saw the like a video on it, and that's what interested me in picking up the book. And what happens in that book is like there's a girl whose father gets assassinated, right? And she's like it's off in this other world, and she goes and tries to find a way to kill the guy who killed her father. And she goes into a bar and stumbles across Supergirl, and she's there with Crypto. Her dog.
Oh, the dog. Nice.
Yeah. And so like she's like there talking to that girl, and she's like she saw what she can do with all her powers and everything, and she's like, I want to hire you to like kill the guy who killed my father. And she's like, you'll never get real peace through like killing, like through vengeance. And the ironic thing is, like, the same guy who killed her father ends up killing Crypto.
Oh, shit.
And like, so they go off on this journey to like find the guy who killed Crypto and her father. So
we'll see what. I don't even know what the plot of this Supergirl movie is going to be.
So supposedly that's based off of that book. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
Spoiler Such a cool name for the dog.
Crypto. Yeah.
Crypto.
Anyways, I think we did it, fellas. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to yab about really quick before we wrap it up?
We done did it. We done did it.
Lots of good stuff coming out next year. I think the Oscars are going to be interesting just to see what gets nominated.
It'll be interesting to see what horror movies they don't nominate.
They don't nominate, what sci-fi movies they don't.
Yeah.
Which AI movies that they do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we're still a little far away from that when it comes to the Academy Awards, but everything else.
I'm excited for what the hope of well, they was that Taiwan sent Left-Handed Girl as their and which is another movie we're going to be discussing.
Yeah. Nice. Well, yeah, good stuff, gentlemen. Well, yeah, you can find me on the. Well, actually, yeah. Sorry, what am I doing? Let's just go around. Arnold, tell us. Where can people find you?
I'm at Arnie Collego everywhere on all the interest medias. Mainly on Instagram. I'm mainly on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X. Threads, Snapchat, LinkedIn, just mainly those ones. A little
Friendster.
bit of YouTube, Shorts, a little bit.
MySpace.
That's about it. That's about it.
GeoCities, Angel Fire.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Everybody knows that open. I don't know what. You know what? No, let's not do that. Alex, where can people find you?
You could find me at Daily Dares and all the socials. We're actually going to be, Arnold and I are going to be going soon to go watch the Home Alone orchestra thingy at the Radio Shell here in San Diego on December 13th. And so I think we're going to make a video. I still need to send you the TwitchCon.
Send me
video.
the TwitchCon. Do a video for this one. Let's show people that we don't just sit here on our butts and talk about movies. We actually go out and do stuff. Well, you guys go out. I don't do anything. But at least I live vicariously through you guys. So
Yeah, no, we're gonna watch that. It should be fun. I'm excited to go. Watch Home Alone and hear a live orchestra play all the music for it.
Yeah, I got our tickets. I got our tickets. Oh,
I can't see it.
I can't see it.
I was trying to show it.
It's like
I was watching Home Alone with my kid the other day, and he pointed out the music, and I said, "Yeah, buddy, that's John Williams. That's classic John Williams score. Star
Wars.
Best. Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones. You name it.
Home Alone in concert.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
there's still tickets available if you guys want to join us. If you do, and hit us up, send us a message on like Instagram or whatever, or send us an email and like let us know that you're going to be there, and maybe we'll meet up.
Sounds good. And speaking of our Instagram, you can follow us on there. You can follow us on TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, Facebook, X. Visit our website at neverseenitpodcast.com. Email us podcast.neverseenit@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. What are you hyped for 2026? Surely there's a movie or two or three or who knows how many. Let us know. Subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts from. And if you like the show, share it, leave us a review. Big thanks to Mr. Kyle Mapson at Burn Cycle for our intro and outro music. You can follow Kyle on Instagram, selfies_food_and_pets. Thanks for listening. Any other final thoughts from the gentleman?
Just want to say a big shout out to all our new followers recently on Instagram.
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot of love from you guys, and we love it, and we appreciate the support. It like all the hard work of after like 5 years of doing this, over 5 years of doing this. It's like
over 5 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
6 years.
It'll be
6 years now.
like February or March of next year.
We started 2019, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So it'll be 6 years.
Yeah.
And
I'm
like
bad at math.
I've been seeing like checking out the Instagram, and it's like it's awesome to see people like actually liking our stuff, and it's not just our own like accounts liking our stuff. But yeah, no.
Shout out to
all of you,
especially the day ones, HLP. Appreciate y'all.
HLP,
Hell
the MVP.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good stuff.